Hey, happy Monday to you. Welcome to a Monday edition of 5 Minutes with Phil. It's a brand new week, and I pray that you had a great weekend. I hope it went well. I hope you were able to get to God's house either in person or online, and you were able to be challenged by God's Word. And so here we are, looking at God's Word again today on this Monday and asking God to help us unpack things so that we can kind of live this out. And today's no exception. We're going to kick off the week in the book of Ephesians again. I think we were there this past Friday. And today we're going to take a look at it again. And this time we're going to be in Ephesians chapter 4. Ephesians chapter 4, verses 14 and 15. Now, there is there's an expectation that you and I should have on ourselves, because I think God has this expectation on us and our faith in God. And that is that we would be mature in our faith in God, that we would grow, that we would really shouldn't be part of a mature follower of Jesus' life. And Paul is talking to this church, and he kind of addresses that whole subject. And take a look at what he says in Ephesians chapter 4, verses 14 through 15. It says, "Then we will no longer be immature like children. We won't be tossed and blown about by every wind of new teaching. We will not be influenced when people try to trick us with lies that are so clever that they sound like the truth. Instead, we will speak the truth in love, growing in every way more and more like Christ, who is the head of his body, the church." So Paul is talking about, he kind of gives the marks of somebody who is immature. And you know what, if you find some of this in your life, then maybe it's time to say, okay, God, I need a growth spurt spiritually. And he talks about, being tossed and blown about by every wind of teaching and influenced by people who they have lies that are so clever they sound like the truth, but they're not. And I can't tell you how many times I have people approach me about something that they saw online, something that some guy in a YouTube video made, or maybe they heard some preacher say something on a TV show, and they think, "Ooh, wow, I've had it wrong all this time." And what that is, that's just immaturity. It's immaturity. Verse 15 gives us the qualities of somebody who is biblically mature. And I think this might help a few people here today. First of all, verse 15 says that we speak the truth in love. We speak the truth in love. We speak the truth. We don't settle for lies. We don't buy into the lies. If there's bad doctrine out there, then we're not going to fall for it. We're not going to cater to it. And that's a sign of a mature believer. And a lot of that is just knowing the Word and knowing what the Bible has to say, and learning from your pastor and from the teachers that God's put in your path so that you can know what the Bible actually says. Then it says that a person who's mature is growing in every way more and more like Christ. So in other words, in every way possible, in every facet of my life, I am growing closer and closer and becoming more and more like Jesus. That's God's goal for me. And then don't miss the end, because it says we grow in every way more and more like Jesus, who is the head of his body, the church. A mature Christian knows who's in authority in the church. Ultimately, it's God's church. It is Jesus' church. He's the head of the church. And to suggest that you are in charge would be inaccurate. The church belongs to Jesus. And so I really want to encourage you speak the truth in love, grow in every way to be more like Jesus, and recognize just who Jesus really is. That will lead you to maturity in your walk with God. Okay, my time's up. Got to let you go. I hope you have a great Monday. We love you. And Lord willing, we'll talk to you again soon, okay? You take care. Bye-bye.